Many of us probably have the habit of waiting for the water to boil before cracking the eggs directly into the pot. This method is quick, but it easily causes the eggs to scatter, the egg whites to become runny, and the dish looks unappealing. Sometimes the eggs even break, losing their original shape and becoming less appealing to eat. Therefore, today I will share with you 2 ways to cook eggs that are both delicious, visually appealing, and very easy to do at home. Just a slight change in the method will show you the completely different results. Now, let's start with each method so everyone can see. Tip number 1. Boiling eggs beautifully and preventing them from spreading. First, prepare 2 small bowls for easy handling. Then, place a strainer on top of one bowl. Now, crack 1 egg into the strainer. By doing so, the runny egg white will drain to the bottom, leaving the yolk and the thicker egg white on top. This straining of the runny egg white helps prevent the egg from spreading during boiling and maintains a nicer shape. After straining, gently transfer the egg to another bowl. Next, prepare the water for boiling the egg. Pour water into a pan and turn on the stove. Then, add 1 tablespoon of white vinegar and stir well. Vinegar helps the egg white coagulate faster, preventing it from becoming runny when added to water. When the water starts to simmer gently, reduce the heat and gently place the egg into the pan. Then cover with a lid to retain heat. I'll boil them for about 3 to 5 minutes if you want soft-boiled eggs, or 5 to 7 minutes if you prefer them harder cooked. Once the water boils evenly, I open the lid and use a strainer to remove any lumps floating on the surface to make the water clearer. Then, I gently remove the eggs from the pan. When you cut the egg in half with a knife, you'll see that the yolk inside isn't overcooked. It's still soft, smooth, and very fragrant. The eggs retain their beautiful shape and don't fall apart like with the usual method. Just by changing the preparation slightly and adding vinegar to the water, we can have delicious and visually appealing eggs. Tip number 2. Boiling eggs in water. In this second tip, I still use a strainer to separate the runny egg whites, just like the previous method. I'll use 3 eggs, as this is perfect for breakfast for the whole family. First, I crack each egg into the strainer, letting the runny egg whites drain out, keeping only the thicker egg whites. Then, I gently transfer the eggs to a plate to prepare for boiling. Next, I prepare a pan of water and heat it until it starts to simmer. Once the water is boiling, I gently place each egg into the pan, avoiding dropping them too forcefully to prevent them from breaking. Then, I covered the pot and cooked it for 3 to 10 minutes, depending on my preference. About 3 to 5 minutes for a runny yolk. About 7 to 10 minutes for a fully cooked egg. When the egg reaches the desired doneness, I open the lid and remove the egg, then immediately placed it in the prepared bowl of ice water. Soaking in ice water for 5 to 7 minutes will stop the cooking process, keeping the egg soft inside and making the egg white firmer and more beautiful. While waiting for the egg to cool, I quickly slice tomatoes and cucumbers to serve as a side dish. These fresh vegetable slices will help balance the dish and prevent it from being too rich. After soaking for the required time, I removed the egg from the ice water, drained it, and prepared to enjoy. I served it with bread, adding a little salt and pepper or sauce according to my taste. So, with just a few simple steps, I had a quick, delicious, and visually appealing breakfast. This egg dish is soft, fragrant, easy to eat, and perfect for both adults and children. With just a slight change in the recipe, you'll find the eggs much tastier and more appealing. So, with just a few simple changes to the cooking method, we can make our eggs both more visually appealing and much easier to eat. Just a few simple steps, such as straining out excess egg whites, adding vinegar to the water, or soaking the eggs in ice water at the right time, will yield significantly different results compared to the usual method. These two simple tips are easy to apply at home. Sometimes, paying attention to a small detail can make a familiar dish more appealing and refined. Hopefully, these tips will help make your family meals more delicious every day. If you find them helpful, don't forget to save and share them with your loved ones. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next tips at Ruby Home.